Are you looking for something fun that'll really put a smile on your face this week?
Well, have we got the virtual show for you. The Palace Theater in Waterbury is presenting a new virtual streaming show, Dixie's Happy Hour, on Thursday and Friday.
And joining us now is Dixie herself, the unforgettable Dixie. Welcome back to Better Connecticut. We're happy to be with you again.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I wish I could be there in the studio with you doing that thing with the pogo stick and everything, but I can't because, you know, you're cold and everything, and I'm down here. I'm in Alabama, waving up at you. How are you?
Good. How are you? All right. So you're actually, not only are you still performing, you're actually helping theaters across the United States, which is just awesome.
I'm doing my best. Aren't you sweeter than poop? I appreciate that. Well, you know, the shutdown happened. I was still on tour and the shutdown happened. And I came home and my kids were there. They're like, Mama, you got to learn this now. And I'm like, well, I need something to do besides that. So I figured, you know, what can I do? And so all these theaters all across the country have been so neighborly to me for so many years. And I thought, let me figure out a way to give back. So I created a whole brand new show called Dixie's Happy Hour about the 4 basic food groups: rum, gin, vodka, and tequila, and their place in your otherwise busy schedules. I get how busy people are these days, but it's also about kind of finding the happy hours right in front of you that you might otherwise be missing. You know, because everything's so crazy going on right now these days. It's like sometimes we forget that there's some joy and some smiles and some sparkles right in front of us that we're overlooking. So I put together a show and I contacted all these theaters and I said, here's the deal. What if I do it as a fundraiser? So you're going to get the ticket money, and then that way it'll help to keep your doors open, because there's no shows happening in most theaters. There's no ticket revenue. So this is my way of giving back to all these theaters that have been so neighborly to have me, basically keep me away from my kids for the last 12 years on the road. So now
No, but 80% of the revenue raised is going to go to places like right here. We've got the Palace Theater in Waterbury. I mean, these are places we really want to make sure still exist when this is all over.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. That, like, you know, the theater is the heartbeat of the city, and so people sort of forget how integral that those theaters are, because the theaters serve the community, and then people go out to see shows. They go to the local dining and restaurants and everything, and it's all sort of connected, and all the jobs that are all connected to that. None of those people have jobs right now, and it's a long shutdown because we have to wait till people feel comfortable going back in and the vaccines take hold and everything, and that's still going to be a little while. So if I can do a little piece on my side to pump some money back into the theater and entertain people at the same time and help them to drink, well, then all the better for it.
So what are we going to get when we tune in? It's just going to be a show, isn't it?
It's a show. It's a full-length show, 95 minutes, and I'm making drinks throughout the program, and then drinks remind me of stories, because they always do, because I'm from the South, and that's what we do down here, is to tell stories. And so then I started to tell stories about me and my life and my growing up, and the happy hours that I found in my life, and I sort of give ideas and examples of things you can do for yourself. And then, I'm making drinks the whole time because I'm a Christian, you know. And so, like, I make something with rum, something with vodka, something with tequila, and some gin, and then you can do that along with me. You can make drinks and be like, that tastes fun. Here, kids, try that. And it's great because sometimes people don't realize that, like, especially if they're young, like gin and tequila look the same color, clear. And so it's sometimes you got to learn how to separate them and tell them apart, because otherwise things can happen. And then you're like, no, Senator, I didn't do it right. You know how it is.
I love how you can turn anything into comedy, like Tupperware. I mean, that's, always funny. I don't know if Tupperware is making an appearance.
Listen, I have done my Tupperware party, Dixie's Tupperware party, for 12 years now. And I was going strong until everything got shut down. And so I figured there's always a little bit of smiles and sparkle you can find in anything if you just look right. And one of the things that I think is so amazing that a lot of people kind of forget is our whole society, everybody across the world, has been asked to change on a dime. We've been asked to completely reformulate everything about our lives and ourselves and completely adapt. And I think people don't give themselves enough credit for how much everybody's had to adapt and done so, been able to do so with the whole rug being pulled out from everybody. And I think sometimes we need to pat ourselves on the back and find little things to make us go, okay, I'm still chugging along, because we've been asked to go through the rings of fire in this last year. And so that's good. I just want to remind everybody that, you can find some comedy and some sparkles and some smiles and even the simplest things, like my plastic balls. But this show is completely different than my Tupperware party. So it's completely different.
Dixie, we got to let you go. We could spend the whole a whole hour with you, but unfortunately, we got to let you go.
But you can spend
I've
much
had
more
people
time
spend
with
an hour with me
Dixie.
before too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, we can't wait till you come visit us in person. But in the meantime, this Thursday and Friday, you can see this show. It's $38. Again, 80% of the proceeds helping local theaters. Visit palacetheaterct.com for your tickets.
We love you.
Bye. Have a great day.